In some ways, it was a huge disappointment that Jirard wasn't in my class. In other ways, it was a relief. I longed to see him again, to talk to him, and to feel his warmth. What? But that would have been way, way too distracting in class. Especially with Maya around. Yeah. When lunch finally rolled around, I sprang from my desk like a rocket shooting out into space.
Hana!
Whoa, Hana, calm down. Hurry up, Maya, I'm really, really hungry today. I'm sure you are, Hana. I'm for Jirard.
What?
Pardon? Nothing. Let's go. Let's go. That was good. As Maya and I approached the normal boots table, Jirard flashed around with an IBK with a gray wizard's hat and a long beard, a huge dorky grin on his face.
See what I mean?
See what I mean? Check it out. It's Grandbeard the Bay. The what? He's one of the rarer finds and is sad to lack a gender. And is said to lack a gender. That was weird. Not participating in either norms, but preferring to be referred to as a he. What? Then how does he lack a gender? Doesn't make any sense. Did I read that right? But preferring to be a third. Yeah, what the fuck? That's not... Whatever. We squeezed into the table of the rest of the... We squeezed into the table as the rest of the boys looked on, bemused. I don't like his cloak.
Right?
Right? Most of the versions I saw were missing it, but they were still trying to charge almost full price for him. It was ridiculous. The boys nodded slowly. Nobody else seemed to know what to say, despite Jirard's intense enthusiasm. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jirard glowed with pride. Completely oblivious to the weird looks he received from students at other tables. Who gives a crap? He truly didn't seem to care what other people thought about him. I had no idea he could stick to his guns without feeling even the slightest bit ashamed. As Jirard returned to his seat, I waved sheepishly at him.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
I'm great, thank you. How are you? I'm fantastic. Even better now that I've seen you. I couldn't wait to show you Grandbeard.
Yeah.
He looks really cool. Super cute.
Awesome.
Awesome! Yeah, apparently Grandbeard casts magic with his hair, and his secret weapon is his eyelashes. What? Now that he mentioned it, Grandbeard's long lashes stretched from his face in a somewhat creepy way. Other than that, he looked like a cuddly old kitty, but those eyelashes. Excuse me, can I see that figure? A young student, probably a first year, approached the table and poked Jirard in the back.
Uh-huh.
Of course. Just don't steal it. He turned completely around, chatting animatedly. Yeah, with the kid about the trade he made for Grandbeard and the myriad route it took to get to him. I watched him. Happiness filled my heart. Jirard was just so cool. What? Even the times I had stayed true to myself in my old school, I ended up feeling a constant gnawing anxiety. Oh, maybe that kind of cool. Wanting to take it back or make up for it again, so it would go away. Jirard just seemed to be happy. When he was around, even I could show my interest in his strange hobby without feeling bad about it. Earlier in the year, I would have felt more embarrassment for him than he did. As I looked more closely at Grandbeard the Bay, I remembered my own Chibi-Upa, and a sudden thought occurred to me. I was probably in the same boat as Jirard. If anybody ever found out about her, I'd be mocked to hell and back. Probably not as bad as Jirard, given that I was a girl, but I could already hear the whispers pointing out that I had no business being involved in the Normal Boots Club when I was clearly such a weirdo. Mimi would never let me forget it either, would she? Every time I ran into the bathroom, she mocked me. Maybe people would even try to take Chibi-Upa away from me. And there's that anxiety again. A feather-light touch tapped my shoulder, and my dark thoughts were banished. My emotion made her to come sit closer to her, and I leaned to whisper in my ear. What do you think about Jirard's itty-bitty kitty collection? I mean, honestly speaking. Honestly speaking? Honestly? Well, she already said they're cute. Mai shot me a weird look, then shrugged.
Well,
I guess. And I admire how much dedication it probably takes to collect something for so long. Mai nodded passively, apparently quite aware I was backtracking. I turned away, cheeks burning. When we were finished eating, Mai and I dumped our trays and headed for the door.
Hana!
Mai and I turned, and an eager Jirard ran up to us. Hey, Hana, I was hoping I could walk you back to class today. What do you think?
Really?
Me? Why? What? Yes, you, of course, you. In that case, I will entrust you to her care. Mai clapped Jirard on the back, then gave me a wink and a thumbs up. Hey.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hey, Jirard, wait up! Oh, oh my god! We both made the same noise at the same time. Oh, that's good. Oh. Jirard glanced over his shoulder and upon seeing Mai's enthusiastic form barreling towards him, immediately sprinted out. Dang. Unfortunately, if there was one person on this earth who could give Jared a little run for his money, it was Mai. She dashed through the door, and clouds of dirt kicked into the air around their chase, a veritable sandstorm spitting through the Asagao campus. Jesus. Anyways, what's up? Nothing is up. I just wanted to hang out with you. Oh. I mean, I know we just saw a ton of each other at the flower festival and everything, but...
Well...
At the mention of the flower festival, we both fell into an odd silence, memories floating in the space between us.
Yeah.
That sounds great to me. Great. Jirard beamed at me and pushed the cafeteria door open. Oh. Ain't going love. Huh? I can't go back. Why do I have 15 points? What am I doing to get tournament points? This is weird. I have my very own itty bitty kitty now, and she looks like me to boot. It's not something I ever thought I would be into, but Jirard cares about them so much. I don't think I'm opposed to learning more about them. After all, what's the harm? They're cute. Exactly. Exactly. We stepped into the fresh spring air, the remnants of Mai's chase still drifting in the distance before us. Now that Jirard and I were alone, I didn't know what to talk about. Oh no. It was weird. We had feelings for each other. How were we supposed to talk? Like this. Anyway, Jirard strolled next to me, staring up into the deep blue sky. Think of something, Hana. Chibi Upa is doing well, by the way.
Really?
Is she? That's great. She's really so cute, and she's small, and so she doesn't take up that much space. I can see how having a whole bunch of itty bitty kitties would be appealing. So much cuteness, and you can see it every time you wake up.
Right?
That's exactly how I feel about it. Oh, it's just really fun, and if you can find something to brighten up your day, why not do it? Life can already be hard enough, ain't that the truth? So we shouldn't make it harder for anybody.
Right?
Exactly. Exactly. I get you, Jirard. But as I beamed at Jirard, a memory wedged itself into my mind. A memory just before I came to Asagao. A memory that involved one of my past friends. Dun dun. We shouldn't make it harder for anybody, huh? But... Oh, so today I got some news about Princess Pumpernickel. Princess Pumpernickel? She's the rarest itty-bitty kitty figure. Supposedly there's only 3 copies of her in existence. Apparently some collectors are starting to think she doesn't exist. One compiled this huge list of information about the supposed figure and posted it online, and now the community split on it. Even direct feedback from the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee didn't calm the flame war. It's gotten intense. Do you think it exists?
Absolutely.
Of course I do. Why on earth wouldn't they? That would be just a waste of time and money on the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee's part. And it wouldn't make their fan base angry. What purpose would that serve? Even in the event that they didn't have one before this outrage, they'll be starting up production as we speak. He sighed dreamily. I can't wait for the day I have my very own Princess Pumpernickel. Can you imagine? I shook my head. I had no idea what it was like to long for something so intensely, nor to stay so upbeat in the event of an almost inevitable failure. Seriously, only 3 copies in the entire world? And the developers probably own one of those for sure. But Jirard was undeterred. That's also like... That's ridiculous. Normally it's like, oh, there's only 1,000 copies in existence, or 100 copies or something. 3? That's impossible to get. Collectors would go insane. I've wanted it ever since I first started collecting. You could say the dream of having it was what sparked my fascination with IBKs in the first place. That's so cute. Aw. We stopped in front of the door to my classroom and Jirard saluted me. What?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching. Oh. Well, I'll be on my way. Thanks for walking with me. No, thank you. Oh. Jirard disappeared into his own classroom, and I stopped to grab my math book from my locker before heading in. What the? When I closed my locker door, Jimmy was there. Ah! What is this? He's never gonna find it, you know. I stared incredulously at him, and he pointed from his eyes to mine. What? I'm watching you. What? Jimmy slithered off toward the lower staircase, heading to his classroom on the first floor. I shook my head slowly. Sure, it was possible that Jirard wouldn't find his itty-bitty kitty figure, but I wanted him to find it. I really wanted him to find it. Surely there was some way I could help. So immediately after class, I made my way to Bluebell House. If I was going to help Jirard find Princess Pumpernickel, I needed to know what she looked like. I knocked on Jirard's door and he instantly threw it open, as if he was waiting on the other side the whole time.
Hana!
Glad to see you. Why don't you come in? Okay. Jirard's dorm room was surprisingly neat considering how many itty-bitty kitty figures, I'm just gonna say IBK no matter what, he had. He must have cleaned it up a bit after the last time I saw him. Shane glared at me from his desk, where he was bent over some kind of drawing pad. I smiled nervously at him and he huffed. Jesus. Hi. And he went instantly back to his art. What did I ever do to him? You didn't take him to the festival. Bow. He's super jealous. Jirard scanned his room, and after a few seconds he went to his desk and leaned ever so casually against it.
What's going on?
What? What's going on? So what brings you here? I just saw you earlier today. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you.
Say what?
I can't not laugh at the deliveries of those lines. They're just so good. You're not bothering me. Don't even worry about it. I'm always around when you need to talk. Apparently finding the desk too uncomfortable, he perched himself on the couch, grabbing a pillow and hugging it close. He looked like a kid at a slumber party. So, what are the deets?
Well,
Wait. Well, I wanted to help you find Princess Pumpernickel, but in order to do that, I'm going to need some information. I tried my hardest to look imposing. My game face was on, but Jirard just laughed. That's really sweet of you, but if I can't find it, there's no way you can. You don't know that. Maybe I'll be in just the right place at exactly the right time. Maybe. I guess so. Well... He glanced quickly at Shane, then he turned back to me with a mischievous smile. There's a gaming convention happening this weekend, and we are all planning to go. Maybe you could come along. Oh, Shane's pencil broke mid-stroke. He cursed softly.
what?
A convention? I've never been to one. What are they like?
Well,
They're a place to find out about cool games, buy neat fan gear, meet people, and mostly hang out with friends. Almost like a vacation. I know they're intimidating because of all the people, but they're really fun. You should come. Shane very audibly sighed. Jirard glanced at him, the picture of concern. Got artist block? Something like that. Anyways, there are always people selling IBKs there, and maybe someone will have Princess Pumpernickel. It's worth a shot, isn't it? An image of the map Jirard was drawing as I asked him to the flower festival popped back into my head. He'd been preparing this for weeks. Well, I'd love to come help. Mike can come too, right?
yeah.
Definitely, the more the merrier. Oh my god.
Oh.
Wait, what was that? Really?
Oh.
Did you drop an ink blot again? Man, today's not your day. No, it really isn't. But how am I going to get out of the class on Friday? The Normal Boots Club has special permission to go, so I'll just add your name to the list. The Normal Boots Club has permission to skip class? I never heard of such a thing. So this was the might of their power. What? That was a bit extreme. In that case, I better get my homework done. Don't want to be doing any on the trip.
All right.
Great. Man, now I'm even more excited. It'll be the best one ever, eh, Shane? Kill me now. A road trip with the Normal Boots Club? Getting to go with them to a convention? This was the greatest day of my life. The amount of effort Mai and I had put into our homework that week was only matched by our rabid excitement at the slowly approaching weekend. For the first time in forever, Mai didn't procrastinate. When we studied together, she actually helped instead of mooching off my work. Not that I usually minded. As we packed our bags the night before, a slight trails of blood kept falling from Mai's nose. Oh no.
Oh, Jirard.
Oh god. Mai, you sure you're okay? Oh, totally. I'm totally fine. So it was that Friday morning, Mai and I stumbled out into the pre-dawn light, eyes barely even open. It was chilly that morning, and we huddled together as we walked to Asagao's iron-wrought front gates.
Hey, Mai, Hana.
Hey guys, good morning. Jirard waved vigorously at us as we approached, and I resisted the urge to clap my hands across my ears.
Good morning.
Are we ready to go yet? Jirard glanced at the others. Jared, John, continued, Satch. Everybody was there. Where's Shane? Spreading yawns between each other like the plague. No, we're still missing some people.
Really?
Missing some people? Who on earth?
Hey.
Hey guys, sorry we're late. I jumped and skidded several feet away. Ian and the rest of the Hidden Block Club were right behind me, looking just as miserable as I left.
Awesome.
Stop. Sweet, we're ready to go. Wait, you guys are coming too? Of course, it's a video game convention after all. But we're enemies. Oh my god. That's adorable. Ian brushed past me. We might be enemies, but we're also friends. Frenemies?
Oh, yeah.
Frenemies who sincerely want the best for each other. So, friends then. No. Frenemies. If we don't get going now, we'll miss the train, and I'm not up for waiting another 2 hours for the next one.
Right.
Everybody sail out. We piled into the tiny train, which at such an early hour was mostly occupied by little old men and ladies on a day trip. They watched us enter the train with something like abject terror. One lady hid her purse as we passed. It was young people, always stealing things. Eventually, Jirard, PBG, and I found an empty compartment and piled in. Jirard peered out the window, head flicking like a dog's as he watched the trees pass by. So, what are we going to do when we get there? Everything. I don't know. I'll probably wander around.
Uh-huh.
I heard there's supposed to be a pregame somewhere on the second floor. We have to check in first, but after that, everybody can do what they want. Oh. You okay with that? I guess I didn't check with you before. I've never been to a convention before, and I'm really nervous. What if I get lost? I don't know how much to get about games, either. Conventions are so fun, though. You'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. Conventions are pretty fun. I smiled weakly at Mai. It was easy for her to say something like that. She was such a social butterfly with a what the frick? With a bright and vibrant personality. No matter where she went or who she talked to, she glistened. I, on the other hand, was me.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is just a bunch of fans gathering to have fun. No one's going to grill you about why you're there. Everybody wants to have a good time. I guess so.
Huh.
If you want, you can stick around with me. It might get a little boring, but I won't mind the company. I searched Jirard's face, wondering whether his offer was sincere. Jirard was such a nice guy, but it was hard to tell whether he was doing things just to be nice, or whether he was sincerely wanting to do them. Did he feel responsible for me, or did he feel obligated to help people out? He was, after all, this nice to everybody. I didn't want to hang around him and wreck the convention he'd been planning to go for months. He had a map, for heaven's sake. I would get in the way. Okay, first of all, he already gave you something that he's obviously so passionate about collecting that he wants all of them, yet he gave one of them to you. Obviously, he wants you involved in his, like, sort of his hobby, essentially. So I doubt he would mind that you were there for him. Like, Jesus. I didn't want to be trailing him around like a kindergartner afraid to leave her mom either. Still, go with him. Jesus. Jirard gently laid a hand on my shoulder, the sudden weight of it surprising me. I remember what it was like to go somewhere alone for the first time. I was terrified too, but that's how I met all these guys.
Yeah.
Aw. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Beep boop. The train shuddered and pulled into a station. My heart leaped into my chest, but everyone else cheered and whooped.
Yeah!
Time to get this party started. Girl. Mai and PVG grabbed their stuff and dashed straight off the train, but Jirard waited by the door while I pulled my backpack down from the upper racks. You ready for this? I think so.
Aw, yeah.
Great. Let's go. Let's go. The convention hall and the motel we were staying at were both located smack dab in the middle of the city, surrounded by a torrent of rushing cars and people sprinting down the street. The four of us wandered into the hotel lobby. Mai and I had a room together, being the only two ladies on the trip. I grabbed the room key and led the way to our temporary home. I pushed open the door and came into a delightfully airy room. It looked relatively clean, and I sighed with relief. It would be nice to have a quiet space to retreat to if I ever felt overwhelmed. Yeah, that's true. Heck yeah. Mai sprinted past me and flung herself, luggage and all, straight into the bed. Mai? Oh my god, I love hotel beds. They're so soft. Maybe for rich people, I guess, yeah. You can afford all that stuff. Anyway, I call a spot by the window. Whatever you say. Maybe quiet wasn't the right word. Mai and I set our stuff to the side and spent a few minutes gathering our bearings before getting ready to head back outside. Mai, I'm kind of scared. I don't know anything about conventions. I don't want to feel stupid or out of place. I don't want to have to follow anyone around.
Hana.
Mai set her fist against my temple, twisting it playfully. What? You're way too serious. It's just a convention. Either you have a good time or you don't, and then you go home and everyone forgets about it. It's kind of true. Sometimes I get the feeling if you think if you make one mistake, it's going to haunt you to your grave. Life is way more forgiving than that, but not a video game. You of all people should know this. So let's get going. Easy for her to say. She was an entirely different breed of person than I was. Sighing, I followed Mai down to the convention floor. The convention took place across a myriad of rooms: free play, quiet lounge, merchants alley, tournament rooms, demonstrations, tiny lecture halls for performances, stages for cosplay contests, and the like. Mai and I headed to the main lobby to get our badges and found the guys doing the same thing. Man, are you guys excited or what? Am I ever? I heard there was a big celebrity here. They apparently starred in one of the games or something, and there's a chance they'll go to the party tonight. I'm just saying, you know where I'll be.
Oh, Jared.
Oh my god. You're going too, right, Jared? I don't really know about that. Oh, come on, I can't go alone. Oh my god. I identified myself to the lady at the counter and grabbed my con pass, a small piece of paper tied to a lanyard. I slipped it over my neck.
Hana!
Well, Hana, do you want to take a look around? Sure. Jirard and I started off for the Merchant's Alley, but as I glanced back, the rest of the crew dispersed. Nobody followed us. Wait, where are they going? Everyone has something different they want to see, and I heard some of them wanted lunch, so they're going that way. Lunch? Come to think of it, I was pretty hungry. We didn't eat breakfast in our rush to get to the train. So this is Merchant's Alley. We walked into a giant room, every inch of it lined with tables, booths, and people. Jirard cast his arms to the sides in a grand gesture and nearly clotheslined a man. Yeah, it'll happen. He drew his hands back in sheepishly and headed for the very first booth. Do you see anything you like? I glanced across the room, darting from table to booth to stall. There were some things I vaguely knew about, stuff that was on t-shirts and even on TV from time to time. Naruto and Nokimon and the like. But there were way too many things that were completely alien to me. Monsters, grizzled old men, designs on t-shirts, plushies, body pillows, action figures, and most of all, piles and piles of video games. Piles. Piles? That's a weird word. It was daunting, and I was completely out of my element. I shook my head. Oh, well, what games have you played? I've never owned a console, so...
Really?
Never? I don't really know what most of the stuff is. I see. Jirard trailed off, then with a grunt he turned to me and saluted. Again with the saluting. Yes? Allow me to teach you a thing or two about video games. Video game. Teaching me about video games? Was that even something I was really interested in? Aside from a handful of games I played with my neighbor as a kid, I only had my gameless 4DS and my mobile game. Did I really want to be a gamer? Didn't you come here to search for Princess Pumpernickel? Oh. Apparently Jirard remembered for the first time his itty-bitty kitty map. He dug around his pocket and withdrew it, his shoulders sagging.
Well...
In that case, I don't want to drag you around while I do this boring stuff. You can go do something else if you want. Oh, jeez. So either I spent my time wandering around the convention alone, or I followed Jirard around like a baby duck. But if I wasn't going to go with him, what was I going to do? So this is actually kind of difficult because she said she didn't eat. Like, to me that would be a problem, because after a while you don't know when you're gonna eat at conventions at all. If you're going to. Like, that's the thing. But... but if we learn more about IBKs, I might be able to get the thing for him. Plus you get to, you know, stick with Jirard. Let's do it. Actually, I'd like to stick with you. If that's okay, if I won't get in your way.
Absolutely!
Yeah, I love that. Yes! Jirard grabbed my hand, smiling at me. Hold on to me. I'll be walking fast, and this way you won't get lost. Oh, okay. His hand warm in mine, we set off into the merchant's alley. See, things are happening. The first stop was a short booth in the back of the room, manned by a young black woman. They really have to specify that? Anyway. She smiled eagerly as we approached, as almost nobody was near her booth. Since the convention just started, most people are bunched up in the front room. It's hard to get past the crowds, and vendors will buy tables towards the front because it's easier to catch people's eyes. People will be caught up in getting the best stuff from the bigger booths, which is good for them, but it's not what we're after.
What's going on?
Oh, okay. I thought he just called me Charlotte. I was like, what? How are you doing, Charlotte? He turned to the woman at the booth, who reached underneath her table and pulled out several boxes. Oh, I see. She's got the stuff. Oh, you got the new stock. You know her? Of course. I know almost everyone who comes to this convention yearly. There are always new people, of course, and it's exciting to get to know them too, but you form relationships with vendors. That's impressive. Is it? I mean, they're just people. That's true. Jirard began inspecting the boxes. As he did, I scanned the other merchandise on the table. T-shirts, action figures, statues, games, plushies. I didn't even know what half the stuff was from. I walked up and down the table, Charlotte's eyes watching me warily. Nice hair, girl.
What?
What? Oh, thank you. Charlotte smiled at me, popping gum in her mouth. She didn't look to be much older than I was, in fact. On the edge of the table, I found a t-shirt that looked vaguely familiar. On it, several boys stared at me through a hailstorm of rose petals, all wearing bright blue school uniforms. I was a fan of this show, wasn't she? Can I get this? Oh, are you a fan of that show? My favorite is Kiyoya. I would date the shit out of Kiyoya. Oh my god. Oh, really? Totally. He's into some kinky shit. What the fuck? I paid for the shirt as she packed it up, talking animatedly about the various moments in the show where she wavered in her loyalty to Kiyoya. Cause like, Tamaki's cute, and the twins are all mischievous and whatnot, but I can't resist what the frick? I mean, Hyoya's not Kichiku, but I bet if it wasn't what is she talking about? Yeah, sure, I agree. Do you? Are you into that? Because I have some CG compilate. Oh, okay. That was weird. It looked weird for a second. Because I have some CG compilations I could show you. That's alright, Charlotte. Was she straight up about to show me porn? What was that? Oh my god. Jirard stepped in somewhat panicked and handed Charlotte 2 boxes of IBKs. These are in perfect condition as usual. You already bought these from me though. They're rare, you can never have enough ammo, you know? I guess not. Charlotte took Jirard's money, then carefully wrapped the boxes in bubble wrap. As she did so, I pulled Jirard to the side. Jirard, do you know what she was talking about? It would be better if I didn't tell you. Oh my god, she literally was about to show me porn. I mean, how bad could it be?
Well,
as you can tell, people here are eager to share their interests. It's totally different from back at Asagao. Jirard gestured to the rest of the room and pointed at a vendor across the way. We're going to see him next, but don't mention Nario to him. He'll start with the first game and talk your ear off through the experiences with each. That girl over there will try to sell you... I thought she thought that said to try to sell you her body. Okay. That girl over there will try to sell you body pillows if you mention any female character from any anime. They're all her waifus. Yeah. And that guy, he's got 3 kids, so all of his stuff is very kid-friendly. He feels like kid-friendly entertainment is underrated, so if you tell him you like one of those shows, he'll give you a discount. Nice. Everyone seems really nice here. Everyone's used to feeling like an oddball or not having people to talk to about what they like. I guess I wasn't prepared for that. What did you think you were going to find? I guess I just thought they would be like regular employees in a department store, kind of tired and over it. All these people are here because they've got some kind of passion or interest in what they do. Even if that interest is primarily monetary or creative, they still find it interesting. They still relate to the people they're selling to. Here you go. Charlotte leaned across the table and handed Jirard a thick bag. Jirard peered inside. Aw, Charlotte, you didn't have to give me that. He pulled out a small pink Turby doll and beamed at Charlotte. I wanted to give your girlfriend something to match her hair. She's cute.
thanks.
Oh, he didn't say that. Anyway, that's real sweet of you.
Hana.
This is yours. Was he not even going to respond to that? Hi, puppy. Charlotte waved to us as Jirard shepherded me to the next stop in the row. As we continued around the room, I started getting a sense of the culture of the convention and why people wanted to come here. I didn't have many expectations going into it, but it was a place where it seemed like people could relax and be ridiculously enthusiastic about whatever they loved without getting weird looks. In fact, half of what they enthused about was met with the same, if not even more enthusiasm. It was still early in the morning, and it was almost tiring to watch it all happen, especially when I didn't know much about what any of it was. It was strange. At Asagao, I was a fairly normal person. I had some nerdy interests, but nothing on the level of this. Here, I felt like an outsider. Just like Charlotte, people would start talking about something with the assumption I knew what they were saying. I barely even knew anything about Nario, let alone obscure game titles or anime shows. It was beautiful, but it was lonely.
Hey, Hana.
Yeah. Hana, you okay? Huh? Yeah, sorry, I was just spacing out a bit. Okay, we're almost done here, so it'll only be a little longer. Sorry you had to sit through all this. I know it can't be fun for you. No, I like it, I swear. I don't know about that. Jirard didn't seem to believe me, but he went back to haggling the store owner for some kind of rare fantasy figurine. When he was finally finished, we left the market and stepped into the hallway. All at once, cool air hit me, and I felt like I could breathe. Yeah, those big rooms can kind of get really hot. Yeah, I didn't realize it was so hot in there. Yeah, it can get pretty bad. So was something bothering you in there? You seem sad. No, of course not. Hana, what did I say? What did I say? Be honest. Just talk. Jirard narrowed his eyes, staring at me as if I should know better. Aw, there's no way he could see through me so easily. No way. It's fine if you don't want to tell me, but don't think I can't tell. Damn it. I just felt a little left out there. I don't know much about this culture. You guys all grew up loving this stuff, and I didn't really have access to it. Is that all? That's no problem. Jirard wrapped an arm around my shoulder and swung me back into the marketplace. You've come to the right place. I will tell you all you need to know about any game. Write down the completion bonuses for each and every one. Jirard, I don't think this is necessary. Nonsense. If you don't know something, it's never too late to learn. Now this is where he should have just asked if they wanted to learn all this stuff, because that could be a little overbearing for someone that doesn't actually, particularly care. Let's go! For another hour, Jirard and I stood at the very first booth in the marketplace, getting jostled by people flooding into and out of the doors. Jirard told me the names of the characters, the details of plots, the completion bonuses, and little bits of trivia that I never knew. Eventually, they all started swirling together. My mind started to spin. It didn't help that some of the plots were impossibly complicated. Yeah. Oh my god! This is Kingdom Hearts stuff. They didn't even... Wow, that's awesome. So what I'm saying is Xehanort is sort of all those four other guys, except not all of them are him, but sometimes those not hims possess other people, and those are separate from him.
Exactly.
But one of them is a good guy. Finally, we emerged from the room, my head chock full of names and tidbits that I was positive I would never fully understand. So, feel any better? Yes, definitely. Way better. Like, so much.
Awesome.
Great. We should probably meet up with the others now. They've probably been waiting.
Yeah.
Yes! Good idea. Perfect. I like it. Let's go. Jirard was passionate about everything he did, but for the first time I realized that wasn't always a good thing. Yeah. The free play room was pretty much just a dimly lit corridor lined with arcade machines, TVs, and computer chained to cinder blocks on the floor. Tables filled with people playing cards. Card? Just playing the one card? Okay. Tabletop and... card games and board... Okay. People playing card, tabletop, and board games. Though, how they could see in the dim lighting I didn't even know. Jirard led me through the end of the room and around a corner, where there was a hidden seating area filled with people who are simply taking a break.
Hey guys.
Hey everybody! Somehow, as if by magic, everybody happened to converge in the free play room at the exact same time. Mai bopped along behind Jirard and PBG, and I rushed to her side. Mai, I got something for you. You like this, right? I fished the shirt I bought from Charlotte out of my bag and handed it to her. Truthfully, it wasn't as though I could afford to go buying presents for people, but I wanted to do something special for Mai. Oh my god, Tamaki is so hot! Thank you, Hana. No problem. I'm glad you like it. How was your expedition? Oh, Hana. I'm in heaven. You have to win the tournament for the good of everyone. Uh-huh. Everyone. Yeah, okay, mostly me, but I'll tell you more about it later. She pointed at the guys who were staring at us expectantly. Pardon? Where do you guys want to go eat? John's got this pizza place that's apparently super good. See, we're gonna eat anyway. Oh my god. Perfect. Perfect. That works for me, right, Mai? Sorry, Hana, I'm actually going out with some friends. With some friends? Mai clasped her hands together as if in prayer. Yeah, I found some cute guys who want to take me for food. I don't know if I can bring you along. I'm sorry. Mai really had a way with people. A way that I didn't understand. That's okay. I'll see you back at the room later, right?
Yeah.
We can totally catch up. Catch up. Well, if that's settled, let's go.